let me know if you can hear clearly. I can see you there, Sandra. Welcome. And we'll just be a couple of minutes and we'll get tonight's Q&A underway. I'll remind you this call is being recorded so we can pop it in the back office for training on Sandra Kimler's amazing knowledge and information about Sunlove. So anything you ask away will be shared for others. So I'm sure they'll really appreciate that. I'd love to say thank you to everyone for joining us. I know it's a Friday night, but obviously we're all keen to learn, and we've got the beautiful Sandra Kimler joining us tonight, who is founder, formulator, creator of Sunlove, an incredible naturopath and highly studied individual. I think everyone in the whole Inner Origin community respects you so much for the knowledge you have, the integrity you bring, and if I can say, the love that you sprinkle everywhere. Whenever Sandra communicates or whatever room she's in, she just has an incredibly special energy that sends out waves through the room, and we recognize that. You can see that in some people. It's a very special attribute, and everyone in Origin really appreciates that. So thank you for joining us tonight. And so I think probably first up, what we'd love to hear is more about your background, and then we can get into Sunlove, because I think to give everyone a better understanding of how your career went this way, why your passion for your industry.
Well, Sally Ann, I was actually born as a very sickly child. I had a very weak immunity, and I was a child that had always had the earaches, the snotty noses, bronchitis and asthma. Being medicated up to my eyeballs and being in hospital quite a lot was just normal for myself and my family. And my mother particularly noticed that I wasn't just getting better. There was always a side effect, and something else would, like allergies, came after all that. And she decided just to look for other ways of healing me, basically. Mm-hmm. And with that, she came across nutrition. Back then in Australia, I'm talking about 40 years ago, and there wasn't much in terms of nutrition or natural remedies. There wasn't much here. And so she took me to America, and we went to see a doctor called Dr. Bernard Jensen, who happens to be the founder of the iridology chart. Anyone who goes into, into that study will be confronted with the iridology chart. And he had a look at me and he said, "You've got to change your diet." And I had leaky bowel syndrome at the time. So I was just polluted, so polluted and so sick. And he said, "It's not really that hard to fix you. What we're going to do is we're going to just change your diet. You're going to like fast and detox and just get rid of all those toxins." Because one thing is actually that I really love junk food. I love chocolates and I love cheese and everything, just heavy foods, pasta, bring it on. You know, my diet really was actually really bad. And it's hard because those kind of foods are addictive. Yeah, they're really.
We cannot believe it.
Oh yeah, I can't believe it. I had pimples, like I was just a mess. But I was with him for 10 days where he totally changed my diet, went on juices. He explained alkaline diet to me. Alkaline, our pH is 7.4, so we're naturally alkaline, and we should eat the foods that are also alkaline or close to it. And when he did that, everything changed. My energy changed, I changed, my mother saw dramatic improvements. And when we came back to Australia, she continued to feed me those foods and became a nutritionist and naturopath herself. Yeah, and when I was 16, I decided to go into the field as well. So I started working with her, and we worked together for 25 years. And when she passed away, people thought I would take over the clinic, but I just thought, no, I'll do that with my mom. I'm going to do something else. And I wrote books on the subject of nutrition, but then because your health, you always improve. You always find things that you think, I can do better. And it led me to greens. It had, I loved Vita Greens, actually. It's on the shelf, easy to take. I just had that. But then as I got more into nutrition, I kind of thought I can do this myself, and I can actually do it better, because I actually believed in certified organic products. And so I did my research and I took out the ingredients that I thought would really benefit me. This all started to benefit myself, my immunity. My thyroid was low, because your thyroid is an emotional organ. And if we get very sad, and of course, when my mom died, I did become sad, your thyroid struggles, and we need to support it. So I took those herbs that support not only my thyroid, but also my adrenaline gland, because
they're heavily linked, aren't they? Your adrenals and your thyroid.
That is where it starts, Sally, and because we can increase our immunity as much as we like, but if we are depleted physically because of the adrenals being depleted, we need to build them up first. So I came up with 36 beautiful ingredients, and they were all kind of superfoods and all alkaline. They fitted well together. They kind of, your body could just absorb them. And that's how Sunlove Green came to be. I just happen to have a pack right here.
I have a pack here too, which is, I've got to say, you know, Sunlove Greens is really one of the most popular products in the InOrigin platform, because it's been so incredibly well formulated. As you said, you know, 36 amazing ingredients and superfoods in there that are all certified organic, which is incredible. And the way that you've developed them to be as bioactive as possible. But before we head right in there, I'd love you to explain to everybody, within the context of what you can, as a practitioner, help us to understand alkaline. Why is it important?
I will show you a chart. It is so interesting. Basically, you don't need to read what foods it is, but basically the red and the yellow, they are our main foods. And the green up the top, they are our greens, our health food, our dark greens, all the fruits and vegetables, basically the foods that we should eat. So this here all have an alkalinity of 7 and up, right up to 10. And so when our body takes those foods, it doesn't take any energy for it to absorb any nutrition. Compare that to these foods, which is all our, it's our Western diet, really. It is all our junk food, our processed foods, canned food, breads and pastas, all animal protein. It really is like your donuts compared to your kale smoothie. So everything is there. So the reason why this is so important to know is because really our diet is this here. And that's why we are so sick. Not the InOrigin people, of course, but I'm talking about the Western societies, because we are not taught that those foods are highly acidic, and our body becomes very ill with that. It stresses our body out. So what we do is we try to I try to over-alkalize my system by eating these foods. Like, I can read out some. But like all your berries, they are up the top. All your berries, watermelon, your apples, your bananas, and then we go into foods like your asparagus, kale, of course, is there. And those kind of foods build up a cell structure that it has a better integrity. So it means it absorbs all the nutrients, and our body is able to absorb all the nutrients, which it can't with the acidic foods that are here. Let me read some of here. So we've got canned foods, croissants. Oh, don't you just love croissants? Nachos, sour cream, pretzels, all your junky foods. Now, I'm not to say not ever have it. I think what you do every day is most important. So if from the 7 days, if 5 to 6 days you do good, you eat well, then that 1 day a week, have whatever, because your body can handle that. And I do it. I have a day off, truth be spoken, but it's important that we educate ourselves on alkaline foods.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's incredibly important. And whilst there is a, I think a growing part of the population that understands that, I still think there's a huge amount, like, probably a mass majority of the population that still have no understanding about acid alkaline, the effects on the body, and why it's so important for our bodies to be within a certain zone of that. I think there's a huge amount of the population that don't understand how just through food alone we can have huge impact on that. And as you touched on tonight too, stress causes acidity and also affects our adrenals, and why that's so important too, to address stress in our lives. So addressing for one, what we're eating, what we're consuming, what we're putting in our body, but also what environment in life have we got ourselves in, because that also it really affects acid alkaline a lot, and incredibly important to our wellness and our thriving. So I appreciate you sharing that.
Real quick, going on the emotional side, it is proven that when we are sad, we will grab the sweet foods. We will grab a cake or chocolate or anything sweet. And when we are stressed, we like sodium foods. We like the chips. And if we are angry, we really would like to just throw a Barbie. We want the protein, the heavy proteins. And if we are really happy and in balance, we tend to not gravitate to those foods. We tend to want to eat lighter foods and a rainbow salad. And this has been proven because our body follows our minds. And people don't realize that either, that we can be as healthy as we want, but if you have a sour mind, you will have a sour tummy, and no amount of carrot juice is going to help that. So you have to think kind thoughts to start off with. If you want to change anything, change your mind first. I'm so happy you brought that up, because yes, we can acidify our own bodies just by being negative.
Incredibly important. Mind food and then food for the mouth. They're both equally as important. So thank you for sharing that. Now on to Sunlove Greens. Tell us more.
Okay. Well, it is certified organic, as you can see my stamp. My number, I'm getting a new stamp because I have a number, it's 12735, and it really should be part of my stamp. So if you look, you can ring up Australian Certified Organics, and if you then mention my number, Sunlove Greens come up. And the reason why this is approved, because my 36 ingredients in there are all certified organic. They all have their individual number. So, and they are incredibly strict. They come to my place. They spent a lot of time with me. They go through everything, even the water that I use to clean the benches. They need to know what soaps or everything. They have to know the whole lot. And I love it that they are so strict. So we can really trust it when people say it's certified organic. If it's Australian certified organic, we can really trust it because they are very, very thorough. And I'm very happy to have a number. So the next lot is going to have a little stamp with a different number on it, with a number on it.
Yeah, it's a great achievement. It is an incredibly high standard, the Australian Certified Organic, and it's not an easy process nor a cheap process. So, it's an investment you make in your business too, to assure that quality to customers who see that logo on your packet.
Yeah, it is expensive to do. And I can really see that people who put that expense in, like I'm talking thousands of dollars each year, just for me to have that number. So people who do that, they really are committed to giving the customers the best product that is possible.
Oh, you're right, Sandra. It's Joy here. Absolutely got the biggest smile on my face here. I just love everything you're saying. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Joy. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that clearer now?
Much clearer.
Okay, great. And so could you share with us, Sandra, what is the best way to take Sunlove Greens? Is it in the morning, the night, in water, in smoothies? How do we go about that?
I have it with a smoothie first thing in the morning. I love my smoothies. And so Now I just have a scoop, which it's a big scoop because I like it, but it's not necessary. In the morning with my banana, with a nut milk and unhulled tahini. Unhulled tahini is a big protein in my life. I love it, and it's gentle. So that's what I have. But if I have a busy day, I will just have it with water or coconut water. Coconut water in Sunlove Greens is delicious. And so I have a little bit in there in the water and I drink it. And I do that about 2 o'clock. When I do that, I last right throughout the day. I don't have that dip. Now, Sunlove Greens doesn't have any sugar in it, so you don't have a spike, but you will have endurance. You'll just be able to cope. So sometimes twice a day, but if it's not needed, just once a day. And you can even sprinkle it over your cereal if you have lovely cereal. But I do mine in smoothies. Oh, and I made bliss balls with them. And I promised to share my recipe, but it was basically just normal bliss balls, but you put in some of the greens because it goes really well with cacao. Cacao, is that how you say it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so I've been making those as well, and that's delicious.
Beautiful. Love it. That's beautiful. Now, has anybody got any questions for Sandra tonight while you have this incredible woman on the webinar? She's here for live Q&A for you. And so I'd love you to ask away. She's an incredible natural practitioner, amazing formulator, and really cares about the wellness and well-being of all individuals. And so she's here tonight to help you out. So is there anything you'd like to ask Sandra tonight?
Yeah, look, I'm good. I just think she's answered all the questions that I have, but I always have my Sunlove in my smoothie, and yeah, it really keeps me full of energy. And I've just been teaching for 10 weeks nonstop, and I'm 70.
Oh, there you go. Awesome, Joy.
That is wonderful, Joy. Yeah, look, and that is what I'm after. I made it very congruent with our body, so our body wouldn't need any energy to absorb it. And that has been a big plus without me even realizing it. You know, I didn't know that that's what effect it was going to have, but it has. It kind of, your body kind of goes, and look, it increases your immunity. It has many benefits. It has all your daily requirements. If people think they might need more iron or anything like that, no, all the requirements are in there because of the many berries that are in there, because berries are actually very high in iron and vitamin C, because as you might know, we need the vitamin C in order to absorb iron. And so that's taken care of. It's got magnesium, which is wonderful for our nervous system, calcium, of course, and a lot of protein as well. And it's not hard to get protein, but you need that certain amount, and it definitely covers all your daily requirements.
Awesome. There you go. Now, Kelly Maloney says, I love my daily hair. My best friend is very unwell and cannot eat anything besides organic vegetables. She can take your incredible product and loves it. Nari said, agreed on the coconut water. I agree too. I've been having coconut water. She said, I'm just sad that I've started to get a headache when I take Sunlove, possible detox reaction. Would that be right?
It can happen. It shouldn't. I need to know more around when she gets that, because I've been taking it for a year, twice a day, and I don't. But the detox, does she put? I have noticed, I must say, lately when I have chocolate, I get an instant headache. Does she put any cacao in with it?
Mm-hmm. No.
No. Okay, so it's just Sunlove Greens and a smoothie.
She might be typing.
You might be typing.
If you're able to unmute, Mary, you're welcome to come on the call.
I just did that.
There we go.
Yeah, I usually just have it with coconut water, and it was fine when I first started taking it, but I've noticed over the last 2 or 3 months in particular, I was starting to get headaches, and I figured out it was whenever I was drinking the Sunlove, and I'm like, because I do have salicylate sensitivity. Okay. So I'm thinking it could be the berries, it could be the coconut water, or possibly detox.
The coconut water in this case is not a good mix if that's your sensitivity. So in water, it should be okay. would you try that for me and see how you
Sure.
go? Because coconut water, I had another person who didn't, actually a friend of mine who is not taking Sunlove Greens. He all of a sudden got headaches as well. And when I kind of tested his muscles, it was the coconut water, which he'd been drinking for a very long time. And all of a sudden he got a sensitivity to it. So would you try that for me, to have it without coconut water and just with water?
Sure. Yeah, I've been able to drink coconut water by itself, but I'll try the Sunlove just with water and see how it go and let you know.
Please do that. Otherwise, that is not good. And you're the first, and I would really like to find out what it is about which one.
Look, I'm totally the canary in the coal mine. If anyone is going to react to anything, it's going to be me. So.
Oh, wow. Are you really? Wow. Yeah. Now, talking about detoxing, yes, when we detox, we often don't feel well, but it shouldn't, like, you detox with Sunlove Greens, but because it's so mild, it should not give you the headaches, you know, it should be just gentle. So those headaches last how long?
Usually a few hours.
That is not good, Nari. All right. You know what? You're going to have it with just water and see what happens.
Yeah, sure.
Will you let me know? Will you let me know, Nari?
Yeah, of course.
I was going to
Yes,
say
I will.
after this call, I can connect you both, and Sandra can help you with that, Nari. So all good.
All right, thanks, Sarah.
Yeah. Now, Kelly, did you have any question you wanted to come on and ask?
Hey, Sandra, look, I love your product. I take it in a smoothie every single day, but I just typed in before, my best friend has 2 autoimmune diseases in the thyroid, and she's got lymphocytic colitis, and she's quite unwell most of the time. And often a lot of products that are organic and as clean as we think they are, she can't take, but your product she can take. She can take it in small amounts, which is a fantastic, sorry?
I'm so happy to hear it. Has she ever had a fast? Like, I'm not talking about a detox, I'm talking about a fast where you really don't eat and you just take liquids for a few days. How, like, she must feel so unwell.
Yeah, she's lost about 25-30 kilos, so she's about 170 centimeters tall, and she'd be lucky to weigh 44 kilos. She's lost a lot of weight because she's so unwell, but the celebration is she can take your product.
That is really good news. Hopefully she can just spiral back up again. What is the long-term, what they're thinking is going to happen with her?
They're not sure. She's been for all sorts of tests, all sorts of, as you can imagine, trying to get to the bottom of it. One doctor prescribed an antidepressant to help her deal with it, which of course she said, forget it. I'd rather try the natural approach. So yeah, look, she's incredibly unwell, but was very excited she could take your product in small doses.
That is wonderful. The other thing with medication is that it is very acidic. It acidifies our system when we take medication.
Yes.
And that is very unfortunate.
Yeah, and she has to take a thyroid medication, obviously, but and they find it very hard to get the balance right. But she's done a lot of research on what you were talking about before, the alkaline and acidic diet. So this is right in line for her. So thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm happy to talk to her as well. If she wants to have any contact with me, I'm very open to having a chat to her and having a look at her.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, good.
Fantastic. Thank you, Kelly. And do we have anyone else on the call who would like to ask Sandra any questions tonight? Questions, comments, you're welcome. Sounds like you've got everyone pretty well covered off, Sandra.
Well, I have, and that is fine. I like to
the product's so good.
I would like to stay in contact with you guys at any time, and I'm always open to communication with anyone who has questions.
Amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to post this call out to all advocates to increase everyone's knowledge around how incredible you are, and obviously Sunlove Greens. I would like to mention what a phenomenal price point Sunlove Greens is. You know, it's $60. You know, for if you're taking it 2-3 times a day, which you don't need to, 1 month, but it can last 1 teaspoon a day for 3 months supply, which is just incredible for the quality of that product. We have all been astounded at Inner Origin at the price point that you have created a fully certified organic product approved by the Australian Certified Organic body. And so 36 certified organic superfoods in there. It's an alkalizing greens product. Sunlove is just incredible at $60. I think it is a product that needs to be in every single household, and absolutely 1 teaspoon of that a day, you can really start to feel the difference. So congratulations on an incredible product. Advocates out there, feel free to reach out to events@innerorigin.com and ask Sandra. She's very happy to dial into a wellness pop-up you're having, a business meetup you're having, exactly like she's done tonight. If she's in your area, she'll come in person. She's deeply committed to the Inner Origin community. She loves being able to connect with people. And you can see from tonight, Sandra is just someone who's of service and wants to deliver value. And however she can best do that, and especially in person, there is no one better to talk about her incredible product, why it was created, than Sandra herself. So absolutely utilize that amazing gift she's extended tonight, and let's keep her busy with bookings. So events@innerorigin.com. So have a beautiful Friday night. Thank you, Sandra, for jumping on this call with us. And to everyone else out there, have an amazing Friday night and a fabulous weekend with lots of Sunlove Greens.
Okay, thank you so much for tonight. Lovely to see you, and have a wonderful weekend.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Sally Ann. Well done.
Good night. Bye.